An Arizona boondocker has a run-in with a ranger. 12,000 pounds of debris and trash at Lake Mead. And Mikey's having some water issues. All right, let's start this one with Kentucky Todd. Now, Kentucky Todd, you may know him as E4 Mafia. Back when he was E4 Mafia, he was a frequent commenter on Camo Dave's channel, and he recently started talking about Sarasota Tim and giving his opinions on on Tim's nonsense. So that's how you might know who he is. But he had some sad news. His mother was in a assisted living facility, and she passed. So his absence was due to that. So I just wanted to jump on here and say my condolences. And these things take time. It always sucks when we lose loved ones. So again, sorry for your loss. All right, now we have Bunny from BunnyPlaysHere. She is continuing her little shuttle build, and she's hanging some wallpaper. That's right. She's got a little accent wall. She's doing the very back wall. When you walk in and you look down the aisle there, that back wall where the emergency exit door is. Yeah, she's putting some crazy designs there. A little accent wall. Pretty cool. Interesting stuff. The big thing is it's interesting, and nothing against Bunny, but I hung wallpaper for several years. And it's you want to scream at the TV, because when you know all the little shortcuts and the tricks and the tips, and you know how to do it, and you've done it a million times, you just want to yell, no, don't, no, hey, no, you should do that. So I could imagine how people get when you see other people doing stuff, and they're actually, that's their trade, their field. They're probably just sitting here shaking their head going, what is that guy doing? But it is interesting. She didn't do too bad. It took her a long time. Again, if she didn't need a little tips and tricks, it wouldn't have taken so long. But she got her done, and that is the important thing. So we're going to check out Bunny from BunnyPlaysHere. All right, now we have Line Screw, good old Line Screw on. He is talking about how he manages to take all these flights and do this and do that, and he says it's easy. You just do certain things, and you manage to acquire a whole bunch of points. And a lot of his stays, his flights, or his hotels, or both, are free or very, very cheap.
So all you got to do, folks, and I tell people, because people go, how do you do what I want to do? And I go, okay, just put all your bills on credit card, pay it off in full. Watch the points roll in.
There you go. Watch the points roll in. Now, a while back, I'm still a member, but I was a member of the Hilton Honors thing. And, when you first join, it's not that big, and you're like, but you collect all these points when we were traveling, we were staying in hotels a lot, and you build up these points, and the next thing you know, you're getting rooms for real cheap, or you can get a night or two free here and there. So it does work, and there's all kinds of little things. You get some of these cards that, like Line Screw says, all your bills, all these reoccurring things, like your subscriptions to this, and your phone bill, your cell phone bill, and all other stuff. When you go to the grocery store or whatever, you just, instead of using your bank account, you use the card, and then when you go home, you pay it off right away. You take it from your bank account, and you get all these points, plus your credit score. It's really good for that. But yeah, there's lots of stuff. So he talks about it. So go over and check out Line Screw and see what he has to say about it. Okay, now we have Maximalist Minibus. She was out camping at a national forest in Arizona, somewhere up in the Flagstaff area, and she was confronted by a park ranger about living in the in the forest and kind of giving her some grief about it.
See, the Forest Service has declared that the forest is open to recreational camping, but not residential camping. And I think we all know why. We've probably all seen people sprawled out, tons of stuff around them, occupying a spot pretty much all season.
For
That's
longer
what they're
than,
trying to
yeah,
prevent.
exactly.
But there's already a law that prevents that kind of stuff, and it's the one that says you can only stay in one spot for 14 days. So why?
So there, yeah, and that's the thing. I agree. Now, you know, I get on the nomads. I call them the wheeled wonders or the mobile hobos or anything. But here's the thing. There's rules and regulations. And it's not as bad as with the nomads, the wheeled wonders, as it was, because it used to be, oh, this is the greatest thing and you're stupid if you don't do it. And it was all rainbows and sunshine. But now there are rules, and it is a rule. If you're at certain places on the BLM, other places, 14 days. And if it says 14 days, you move along. Now, whether you choose to live in a house and go out on the weekends, or whether you choose to live in a house and go out for a month if you're able to, or whether you choose to live in a vehicle full time, whether it be a van, RV, or whatever it may be, that's your choice. And we live in America, and you should be able to do that as long as you follow simple rules and still pay taxes. She talks about that too, which is, I agree. She makes really good points. And that's the thing. Whether you're there, whether you live in your van or you're just doing a day thing and playing around in the forest, or if you're camping overnight or for 3 days or a week, it doesn't matter. As long as when your 14-day stay is up, you pack up your shit and you skedaddle, that's all that matters. In my eyes, anyway. So yeah, I agree. It's a good little video, and I agree 100% with her that yeah, it doesn't matter if you live in your van, as long as you're not living there for 3 months or even a month. Yeah, it says 14 days, so you should be able to be there without being hassled for those 14 days. And again, she realizes why, because yeah, things happen. People get crazy. They overstay their welcome. And some even cause a big, giant mess, like at Lake Mead. Yeah, so at Lake Mead, there was a giant issue. That's right. Officials cleaned up 12,000 pounds of trash and debris and litter and all kinds of stuff that was created by a whole bunch of long-term encampments there at Lake Mead. Now, in the past 5 years, there was 1,365 incidents that were reported there in the area. And some, not all, but some were serious, such as, you know, major medical events, some searches, rescues, fires, and things like that. The area was closed in August of 2024, and it just reopened on February the 7th. So yes, due to people finding this location, staying there, moving in, living there, going to places that were kind of off limits. But yeah, a whole bunch of people, you know, stayed there and ruined it. They built their little encampments. They trashed the place. You know, they weren't, going to the bathroom in a bathroom and all kinds of other things. So yeah, this had to be something pretty special for 12,000 pounds of garbage and shit and trash from people that just decided this is where we're going to live. So when you hear these stories like Maximalist Minibus, you can kind of understand why they need to crack down. So you people that live in your vehicles have nice places to stay and places that are open to stay that didn't turn into some kind of encampment or some trashed BLM land. So it's kind of like this crazy little dance that, you don't want them to be pricks to you because you're one of the good guys and you're just there for your 10 days or 14 days and you're going to move along. But they don't know who you are or what you are. They're used to dealing with the dregs of society that are trashing the places. So I don't know. It's kind of like a weird little, like I said, it's like a weird little dance. You got to try to maneuver, and one person's got to lead and the other one's got to follow. So yeah, it does suck that they got to be kind of assholes sometimes. But if you guys want these nice places to stay and want them to stay available to you, I guess you're going to have to put up with the dickheads sometimes, because not all of you people are good and follow rules and, you know, take your trash away. There's just as many of you that don't. So I guess you got to take the good with the bad. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment below, please. All right. Now we have Mikey. That's right. Cheap off-grid living. Mikey, he is having some issues again with another cracked valve. This happened to him last year, and he complains because they're plastic valves and he can't find any that are metal. He wants a metal one so bad in the worst way, but he says he can't find one, so he has to keep getting these plastic valves, and when it gets cold, they freeze and they crack. He had another issue with his water catchment containment system. The thing on the top, he used JB Weld on it, which I use JB Weld a lot. I even, the actual JB Weld, way back in the day, I actually used it because I had a little crack in the top of my radiator, just on the neck of the filter, you know, the top where the cap goes on. There was a little crack. It was just enough to let pressure out and everything. So with that extreme heat and everything on the radiator, I didn't know if it was going to work, but I did it instead of taking it in and getting it brazed and all that. But anyway, and the JB Weld held for years. So I don't know if he used the actual plastic stuff because he's putting it on PVC. I don't know if he just took the regular JB Weld and tried to put it on plastic and it failed, but he was surprised that it didn't hold up. So I think if he wants to do that again and he wants to use the JB Weld, I'd look for the specific plastic weld, and they do have it. But any which way, Mikey has to get rid of all the water, and it's pretty much full. So he's trying to find jugs and tubs and containers to put the water in. He's filling his RV up and all that good fun stuff, so he can actually go ahead and empty this out and do the repairs. So once he fills up all his available containers, he just has to crack the valve and let the water run, and that's what he did. But what are you gonna do? I guess that's life out there when you're off grid. Things don't always go as planned. So I hope you enjoyed this little wrap up, and remember, you don't have to agree with a damn thing I say. That's not the point here.
That's my opinion!
From Alaska's state capital here in Juneau, from onboard Holland America's New Amsterdam, this is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.